Good morning. Welcome to Mastering My Money Mindset. This is Christine Regan Lake. So today I want to introduce you to EFT. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. So what is Emotional Freedom Technique? So Emotional Freedom Technique is essentially, it's a needle-free form of acupuncture that helps people to release emotional trauma from the body. When we experience trauma, it can get anchored into the body and it can get re-triggered over and over and over again. Anchors can induce anxiety, stress, overwhelm, guilt, shame, fear, terror, depending on whatever the event was that got anchored into your body. In the first 6 years of your life, your brain is in a state of theta and delta waves, which basically means as a child, you are basically in a hypnotic state and you are absorbing all of the information around you in a hypnotic state. As you're doing that, you are making certain beliefs that become anchored into your system. So when you're 5 years old and you see your parents arguing about money, your 5-year-old self will create the belief that money equals pain, and then that gets anchored into your nervous system. So this happens over and over and over again. In my own experience, oh my goodness, I could not believe this. When I was going through this process, I was able to release 114 different beliefs that were all anchored back to 4 events in my childhood. 114 beliefs all anchored to 4 events in my childhood. And you know, this wasn't like, these weren't events where like someone got murdered in front of me, which you'd think they'd be super, super traumatic. You know, one of them was my parents were fighting. My parents were fighting, and it was extremely traumatic for me. When a child sees their parents fighting, they actually go into fight or flight, and they at that moment believe that their life is in danger. They don't know how to respond. Their lizard brain gets activated, they get into fear mode, and it is terrifying for them. So anyway, one of the beliefs that was released in this process for me, that was from a traumatic event when I was 5 years old, was I'll share it with you. So my father brought home a gift for me, which was very odd because my mother did all of the shopping. She was pretty much in charge of all the money in the house. And so my father just randomly, kind of spontaneously decided to bring me home a pair of red shoes as a gift. Just spontaneously, wasn't my birthday or whatever. Now for me, those red shoes, because this was so unique and such a unique and special thing for my father to bring me a gift, it was incredibly, meaningful to me. It was so moving. To me, these red shoes represented love. This was my father's love for me, right? So these red shoes equal love. Well, my mom, who had been in charge of all the money or whatever, got very upset. And next thing you know, they get into a screaming fight, and she's screaming at him for spending this money on these red shoes. So my 5-year-old self took the meaning from that fight as, I'm not worthy of receiving love or money, right? So my mom's yelling at my father for spending the money to buy me these red shoes. That must mean I'm not worthy of love or money, because she was yelling at him for spending the money on the shoes, and the shoes represented, love. So it was just insane. But so this is what I'm saying about how these beliefs become invisible walls for us achieving our goals. So I just wanted to share that with you, because I just want you to understand that like these can be not huge events, but like to a child, they can be traumatic events. So releasing that belief that I'm not worthy of receiving love and money was transformational for me in taking my life to the next level and removing these invisible walls that I had around money, which this was a huge one. I'm not worthy of love and money. So anyway, I'm going to give you a separate video specifically teaching you how to tap and do the EFT, but I just wanted to share with you just kind of this brief overview about what EFT is. The workbook goes into much greater detail about exactly what emotional freedom technique is and how it can help you and how it can help you with your finances. But I just wanted to share this overview with you. So I hope you have an amazing experience with this workbook. This process was transformational for me, and it has changed my life, and I'm sure it can change yours as well, as you embrace this process and do the work diligently intelligently. All right, have a great day. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.